So, welcome there, guys. My name's Keith, the IT teaching guy, and what I'm going to be covering is the IT certifications that I'm going to be learning throughout the maybe next 1, 2, maybe 3 years. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So I'm pretty much doing this to teach myself along the way. Kind of doing a 4-step study. I'm going to read it, take notes as I read, answer any questions, the things that I don't understand, take the information and apply it in whatever way I can, physically, I don't know, mentally somehow, or whatever way you're supposed to use the information, and go ahead and do it how I can. So, and then step 4 is to teach others. So the 4th step is pretty much these videos. It kind of helps me learn, and it'll hopefully maybe help answer a few questions that you guys have along the way as I get better in making videos, or better at learning. So I'm learning this stuff just as you are, if you're also learning it. And right now, the certification that I'm going to go through is the A+ certification for CompTIA, and that goes over a lot of computer hardware. It's just the fundamentals of IT stuff: printers, mobile devices, the operating system, networking, security, professionalism, PC hardware, all different stuff like that. So, but right now I'm in the beginning of the A+, and learning about memory, expansion, and storage, memory types, and characteristics. So I used to go to a college called University of Phoenix Online, and it didn't last very long. Going through the study I had, it's a good college. I wasn't into going to college at the moment, but even if you have gone to college there in the past, maybe you're an alumni, maybe you didn't finish, you can always log in. You can go through the books that they have and study materials they have. Otherwise, they have a class or some extra stuff in there under the library tab called Softport, I think it is, or Soft Skills, and they will have tons of different certifications in the computer business to help you learn and to get certified in different fields, so you're more valuable when you get out of college. So the certifications that I would like to learn are going to be the A+, Microsoft certification on the operating system, Windows 7, because Windows 8, just not yet. Companies aren't really adopting Windows 8 yet. Maybe they're waiting for Windows 9, we'll see. So, the Networking Plus certification, Microsoft Server 2012, Security Plus, and VCP, learning VMware, virtual networking, being a certified professional in that. And so all of this will kind of help me get the foundations in IT, to work in the help desk, work in servers, work on basic things in networking, and hopefully I'll get a job. And so as I get a job, I'll kind of take you through what is a daily life and the job in the IT field, because I've only worked in factories when I lived in Wisconsin, and now I live in Florida, and fast food. So I'm going to basically go from fast food to the IT world and teach you how to do that, what to put on your resume when I get there, and have those skill sets. And you can learn from some of my mistakes and learn from hopefully some good things that I'll do as well, and professionalism in the work environment. So we'll go on in here, and so the topic is going to be memory types and characteristics. So we're going to really be looking at what was in the chapter SDRAM. So SDRAM stands for Synchronous Dynamic RAM. And let's just check out some pictures of SDRAM. See, we have they're called memory sticks. All RAM is called sticks of RAM. And there's DDR, DDR2, DDR3. And so we have the synchronous dynamic RAM in different versions. Some for just the desktop computers. And then we have what's called SODIMM, Small Outline Dual Inline Memory Modules, which is for laptops. And we have microDIMM, which is probably for like mobile devices and other things. So all of this RAM runs at different speeds. It runs at different voltages, and they're different sizes as well. Different pin sets. Like if you look at the RAM here, at the bottom, it has all these gold pins. And then on the RAM, it has like chipsets. So you either have 8, 16, or 32 chips on a stick of RAM. So that is our SDRAM, the synchronous dynamic RAM. Some information on that. We'll go here onto newegg.com, and if we go into Newegg, you can kind of look at different things that are on RAM as well, like the different speeds. Like SDRAM, just the SDRAM has a clock rate of 66, 100, or 133 megahertz, and has a data rate of between 528 megabytes and 1.16 gigabytes and 3.3 volts. So that's for SDRAM. And then there's DDR SDRAM. It's a little higher, a little less volts. As we go on in the generations from DDR1, 2, and 3, the voltage goes down, so they're getting more efficient with how much electricity is getting used. And also the speed of the RAM is going up. It's usually doubling every generation, I think. So we'll go here into the hardware and under memory, and it'll take a second to load up. And as it's loading, see lots of different memory here. So under the advertisement here, we have desktop memory, laptop memory, see gaming, extreme gaming, lots of different types. Memory for Macs, memory for servers. So let's go into desktop memory, and as that loads up, we can see different details. It'll be on the left hand side of the page. What kind of memory you need for your computer. So if your memory takes DDR2, you can't put in DDR3 or DDR1. They're not compatible because they use different voltages, and they have different pin sets on the sticks of RAM. So on the left here, you can see the different types. So let's say for my laptop, I need a 200 pin DDR SODIMM, right? And this is DDR2 here. I don't think I selected right there on the left, so let's go back and look. Okay, so there's 200 pin DDR SODIMM, 200 DDR2 SODIMM, and this is for desktop. So we should go in and look at laptops if I was going to look at laptops. So we could go back to narrow the search to laptop memory. Kind of give a bad example there, going from desktop to laptop. So let's go here. since we're under laptop memory, we have 200 pin DDR2 Sdram memory, and there's 119 different ones. They all have different latency speeds, different voltages. Some are single channel, dual channel, or triple channel, depending on the computer. And that's just different specifications of the RAM, how fast it runs, and how efficient the memory is running. And you have to look at your computer to see what kind of memory is in your computer, but also if you have a dual channel or triple channel, that your computer can run the memory at that rate. So we'll go here and look at some Sdram memory, and I have DDR2 in my computer, and it either runs, from my computer, it runs at the speed here, let's see, it either has 533 or it has 667, okay, for the speeds. And so if you wanted the cheaper 533, it'd be a little cheaper, and 667 a little faster. So I'm going to go for the 667 and narrow that down. And you see the memory here. That's for 2 gigs of memory for the first one here. As you see, it's $32.99 G-Skill. But I like Kingston memory. So you can narrow that down, and you can narrow down the voltages if you have to. So let's see here. And I also support dual channel memory, so I could go through here and take a look a little bit, or crucial memory. Well, I wanna get, say I want 4 gigs, right? And I have 2 slots for my memory, so you have to know how many slots you have also for your memory. So I have 2 slots, so I could do 2 2GB slots, which for my system is a 32GB system, so I support 4 gigs of RAM, and I can't go beyond that. If you have a 64GB system and your computer supports the space for the RAM, you can get up to exaterabytes, something like that. It's just like 16 million gigabytes of RAM if it would fit, you know. So I don't think nobody's ever going to get that many, unless you're some supercomputer that the government has, or I don't know. So just looking at the RAM. Here's some Kingston RAM, right? 2 2GB 200 pin value RAM, DDR2 667, right? Dual channel kit, so that's my computer has a dual channel, and it's, you know, you can choose it if you want. $61.99, and that's just kind of looking through practically, like how you would buy RAM. You can also, learning about RAM, open up your computer, be careful of electrostatic shock, learn the security measures you have to take for that, so you don't fry your RAM or fry your computer by touching it and having static electricity completely shut down your computer. But yeah, open up your computer. If you know how to take out RAM, put RAM back in, you can kind of get to handle it, look at it. This was just a tutorial kind of looking at different types of RAM. You can even go shopping for RAM. Looking in the settings of your computer. We're not going to do that in my computer, just because of the areas you'll have to go through, perhaps, and I haven't set that up. But yeah, looking at your computer, what kind of RAM is supported, to know what kind of RAM to buy, and just talking about the different types of RAM as well. DDR1, 2, and 3. There was also what was called RDRAM, which was RAM bus, which was kind of like a proprietary RAM, and it was a little bit more expensive, and I guess it's not used too much anymore. And then there's a static RAM, which is usually for your cache memory, because it's very expensive, but it's very fast. And that's usually on your CPU. You have like an L1 cache, L2, sometimes L3, and the more cache memory, probably the better. Also, and then we have different kinds of memory. You have parity like memory for older memory, which kind of checked. It wasn't the best memory, so it would have this parity to make sure there weren't errors, and if there were errors, it couldn't fix it. So then there's another type of memory called ECC, Error Correcting Code Memory, and that memory, ECC memory, right? That type of memory would correct itself if there were any errors in the memory. It would correct it. See, error correcting code memory, error checking, and correction. So it checks for the errors and then it can correct them. Parity memory could only check for them, but it cannot correct them. So, but usually they use that memory for like servers and things like that. And today we just use the SD RAM, either DDR1, 2, or 3. And most newer computers have DDR3. So until we get up to DDR4 and higher for computers. So, well, that's I guess all I have for today until I get to my next study. So, thank you guys for listening. Any questions? Maybe I can answer them. Maybe I can't, because we're both new at studying this. Otherwise, ask Google, and I'm sure you'll find an answer as well. So, alright, thank you. Bye.